Here are a couple of memes from Facebook. Facebook and Meta are part of the narrative network. Narrative networks are controlled opposition, and they're used for propaganda and as suppression and repression networks. They are assisted with material resources and economic support by people higher up in their Ponzi. And those people higher up in their Ponzi are those in entertainment and music, those in other big business industries, those who are trying to establish themselves as public figures, and corporations and other people that could be looking for, what would they call it? It's not reconnaissance, but it's, it's just opposition, basically. So these guys are professional opposition, and they're a narrative network, and they take their surveillance data and they convert it into content. And that content is any media. It could be memes like this, it can be publishing, it can be ebooks, it can be physical books, it can be the tarot cards there that you see, it can be a script for Netflix, it can be a book. So a lot of the perpetrators or multiple perpetrator stalkers from this network in my cycle of abuse have produced books off of targeting me. They've produced memes and content like this off of targeting me. They've produced whole channels. They have their Ponzi with all the multiple perpetrator stalkers who are operating and monetizing themselves. And all of this comes from stealing my intellectual property, eavesdropping on my conversations, and stealing my insight, pretty much, my insight and my commentary. They took my Lipstick Alley account and turned it into their natural language processing script. And they've taken their privacy invasion and they use that as inspiration for their art, for their music, for scripts, for writing. So they literally just attach themselves to people that they target through surveillance abuse and privacy invasion, and then they steal their whole identity, their whole persona, they profile them, and they turn them into characters so that they can receive persistent and consistent inspiration. That's why they're always joking about using you as a muse or leaving you out in the cold, aka not sharing any profits from exploiting your identity and from targeting your identity. So as you can see, they love to show pointed memes, but it's only meant to get under your skin. Generally, most people and the audience are not going to know that they are taking the likeness of real world people and remixing it. You see that woman, who I don't know, by the way, who took a photo of mine and then doctored it to show my lips looking cracked and darker and looking like they have, some sort of a black goo or a really bad smoker's lip there. I don't know that woman, but she took my photo as a member of this multiple perpetrator stalker cult, cropped any real identifiable information out, left my lips so that they can make a joke about smokers' lips, and then put it up there so that she could receive engagement. And it had like 500 and something comments. All of these videos, when these multiple perpetrator stalkers are going online, when they first started with their stalking and their scripted narrative and their privacy invasion and their surveillance abuse. Now remember, they think they're doing roots. So when they use surveillance abuse and they're talking about you, they feel like they're exposing your secrets. So they're exposing the secrets of other people for engagement. And sometimes those lives will have like 1,000 people in the chat room or watching the video. So these people are getting a lot of visibility, a lot of reach off of their surveillance abuses and converting their privacy invasion into media. So right here, you can see that these people took a photo of me, which I find really strange because this photo sits in my parents' house on top of my parents' fireplace. So it's strange to me that they were able to take an elementary graduation photo from my parents' fireplace to make this stupid meme from it. And as you'll see, again, with the smokers theme, right? successful stoners, because these people are obsessed with the fact that I smoke marijuana, which I don't think is a big deal, because these people, a lot of them are crackheads, meth heads, heroin addicts, ketamine, coke, all types of drugs. These people are addicts of all sorts, but in their network, they're hypocritical. So they're allowed to be, trashy. They're allowed to be whores. They're allowed to be promiscuous. They're allowed to be addicts. They're allowed to do all types of stuff, but they want to restrict you from doing anything. And you have to be a perfect patty so that these people don't sit there and persecute you. Not that I give a damn, because I don't, and I'm not a perfect patty, and I just tell them to go F themselves. But their overall theme is that they're the only ones in the world that are allowed to be flawed and that are allowed to have fun, essentially. And you have to restrict yourself, and you're not allowed to do anything, because these people are sitting there watching your private life, watching your relationships, watching every damn thing so that they can park their asses up on YouTube and make a live about it. So that's really their job. Like, that's literally what they brag about too. They say, the truth doesn't make me money. Your business makes me money. So these people mine other people's identity and lives so that they can increase visibility, reach, and engagement and become public figures. They steal intellectual property. They steal life experience. They steal life stories. So this is all a part of their delusional destiny swapping. It's so mentally ill, and it's crime from top to bottom. So here's Elon, who, by the way, peripherally is involved with this network, and his baby mother, Grimes, is one of the women in this network that likes to target other women for their intellectual property through the multiple perpetrator stalker cult. So Grimes will get money from Elon for child support or something like that. And she'll take the child support and she'll pay this network of practitioners, criminals, okay? If they engage in criminal activity or fraud, they are not a practitioner. They're just a criminal. It's just organized crime. And these people take money and they invest it into organized crime. And then these people go out and they commit the crimes. And then there's some distance between the person who's funding it and the person who's doing it, which is why they like going to these multiple perpetrator stalkers and they incentivize and bribe them. So in this one, he says, bad times, great memes, good times, weak memes, meaning that when the multiple perpetrator stalkers are putting you through bad times, they can then produce better memes. And when you're having a good time, like when you're healthy and you're balanced and your life is going well, they don't really have much, laughable information to make a meme out of, or to be negative about, or to put you down about, because this network watches people to put them in a imbalanced and destabilized condition, and that becomes their meme content. They literally want to destabilize people so that they can have something to persecute them about, to laugh at them about, to convert into a meme. And most memes, they want to be viral, so they're inflammatory in some way. They're triggering in some way. So these people want to see others down and out so that they have memeable or viral content. This is how freaking pathetic these scumbags are.